No doubts. And now coming to your basic question that you would ask, कि Ukraine realize क्यों नहीं कर रहा?
That is the whole thing.
It is, I think, become a very egoistic issue.
Okay.
Now, the local people, if you look at the videos which are available on these Telegram channels, conscription तो चलो होती होगी कभी. अभी इनका तो ये हाल है कि स्ट्रीट में अगर कोई आदमी नजर आ जाए तो उसको पकड़ के गाड़ी में डालते हैं और उसको भेज देते हैं फ्रंट में. You go and fight.
Okay.
The people are paying money not to get enrolled or not to become part of this entire thing. So
correct.
Not everybody wants to fight because they know, and then over that the surrenders are taking place. So if you look at it, ground में support है, grassroots level पे तो support नहीं है. जबरदस्ती लोगों को अभी भिड़ाया जा रहा है.
There is also a war fatigue which is setting into the nation. I think the entire nation is suffering. 8 million people have got displaced, out of which internally displaced भी काफी हैं. Economy Europe की कहीं नहीं जा रही. It is going all over the countryside with inflation touching skyrocket. Food security is a major issue in Europe. African countries are suffering. The US economy has been in doldrums with inflation touching double figures, in fact. So everybody, I think, is under stress and strain. That may be one of the reasons why Zelensky is not being supported in the same manner जैसा कि उसको पहले support मिल रहा था.
Sir, उसको support जो है अभी people have also realized कि हमने बहुत ज्यादा पैसा दे दिया और उल्टा हमें नुकसान हो रहा है, तो हम तभी तक सपोर्ट करेंगे जब तक ये रिजल्ट दिखाएगा.
बिल्कुल.
आफ्टर ऑल किसी को आप रखते हो, किसी को पालते हो, अगर वो रिजल्ट ही नहीं दिखा रहा तो उसको बोलते थैंक यू यार, यू आर डन, वी आर डन.
It's a normal phenomena. You always back the winning horse.
Yes. Now this horse is not winning, and even today there is an ex CIA person, I think his name is some Larry something. He has made a statement that Zelensky will be soon neutralized, and that will again by the Americans, and that will be blamed on the Russians.
Okay.
Now this kind of a statement had come down about 2.5 to 3 months back also.
Okay.
And
I remember that.
They were talking about the Zelensky is about to go. And today again they have found one woman who was plotting, who was a part of a plot, a part of a plot, and they were giving she was giving information about his whereabouts. So whatever said and done, the fact remains Zelensky को अभी कोई किसी का वो favorite नहीं रहा, if I may just put it. Now, what is the compulsion? You have to see as to what is the compulsion. The biggest compulsion today is that the American elections are around the corner in February. So, जब तक ये elections हैं, ये लड़ाई prolong होगी. ये लड़ाई कहीं नहीं जाने वाली. ये slogging match चलता रहेगा. उसको support देते रहेंगे. Because अगर उससे पहले ceasefire हो जाता है, for some reason somebody is able to broker peace और ceasefire हो गया, तो ये ceasefire जो है, it is going to go against the United States, it is going to go against NATO, because Russia will only come to terms on its own ground.
Absolutely.
I mean, whatever it says, it's not going to agree to the Zelensky 10-point formula. He's not going to agree to that. And
that was termed ridiculous today itself by the Russians.
Yes,
so
absolutely,
they use the word ridiculous.
True, that this is ridiculous to think about it also. And actually, if you really ask me also, sir, in the Minsk II agreement, a part of the Donbas was always supposed to have been given to Russia. There was supposed to be a 15-kilometer buffer zone, and they were to come to terms that more than 100 millimeter guns, RT and etc. will not be permitted in that area. So all these terms were a part of the Minsk II. right?
Okay.
Now, had that been agreed to, less territory would have been given away. But today, under the present circumstances, I would say more than double the territory is in the control of the Russians.
Yeah.
And Russia is now uh, reading the battle. Russia is very convinced and is watching. It is a wait and watch.
Okay.
They are wanting the Ukrainians to commit their maximum forces, and that is the time that they will launch their offensive through Kharkiv and head towards Kiev. एंड वैगनर फोर्सेस बेलारूस में ऐसे नहीं भेजी गई हैं, उनको विद अ पर्पस भेजा गया है. एज ऑफ टुडे they are scaring the daylights of the Polish of the Poles, but tomorrow when they have to be utilized, they will be utilized down south, and then they are the ones which will be coming down towards Kiev. That is my reading. Now there was an argument which I was listening to. वो कह रहे थे कि जो जब वो यहाँ फाइट कर रहे थे, बाखमुद में फाइट कर रहे थे, तो उनके पास आरटी सपोर्ट थी जो रशिया दे रही थी, उनके पास टैंक्स थे रशिया ने प्रोवाइड किए थे. तो अब जब वो बेलारूस में बैठे हैं तो उनके पास वो सपोर्ट नहीं है. नाउ आई विल वांट टू गो अ स्टेप फर्दर टू से, जब इनिशियल इन्वेजन हुआ था और जब ऑफेंसिव लॉन्च किया था फरवरी में, तो they came through Belarus also.
Yeah, they came through that.
And they came through that, and they withdrew also into Belarus.
Yes.
So there is equipment, Russian equipment lying in Belarus.
Okay.
It is not that it is not there. There's some bit of equipment is always lying there in Belarus, which the Wagner forces, if they want to use, will use. Second, and who stops Belarus to give them tanks and artillery support and
Lukashenko is hand in glove with the Russian and president. So therefore, that providing of weapons and equipment, I don't think is a major issue as
That's
of
right.
now. It's more to do with, I think, surprising keeping the Ukrainians guessing and the West guessing कि ये कर क्या रहे हैं, what are they doing, and ultimately,
जब ये गए बेलारूस गए, तो अभी भी the Ukrainian army is also, looking at that front, and that is why they do not have forces to move towards the battlefront as of today. So they are quite worried.
Yeah. So General Behl, your arguments point towards the fact, I don't know, I may be wrong, but the way you have given out your argument, it looks like the Prigozhin incident was all staged up for him to get moved to Poland, and suddenly Lukashenko comes. I mean, Putin could not convince him. Lukashenko convinces him, gets him into Poland, and quietly the entire Wagner force goes there. ये तो पूरा staged up लग रहा है मुझे for a good chess player. I would put that.
Sir,
it was a good
that is
chess player.
Sir, ये मैंने एक पूरा एपिसोड इस पे किया. I will just give you a narrative. When this happened, I have a very learned classmate who gives me a message and he says, "This has happened." So I wrote back. I said, "This is a feint, or this is a ruse, whatever is happening." Then because he's a very senior person in the think tank circuit, हार्वर्ड पढ़ा हुआ है, क्लास फेलो है, तो मुझे बोलता है, "You seem to be having a very distorted view of the Russians."
Okay.
24 घंटे के बाद वो बोलता है, "I agree with you."
So you're right. We have General Behl, since we go by time, so I'll be asking you the most interesting part of the question. We can cut straight to that, because by and large people would have come to know the way the war is going on. But the way the war is going on, ऐसा लग रहा है कि एक स्टेलमेट जैसी सिचुएशन रहेगी जब तक कि यूक्रेन अपने पूरे पत्ते नहीं खोलता, इन द सेंस if it doesn't send across those 10-12 brigades which are reserved, जैसे कि आपने बात करी है. तो क्या आउटकम्स हो सकते हैं, ये जरा if you can quickly tell us that what could be the possible outcomes, and therefore what will be the likely solution which may occur in the end, as far as this region is concerned. I'm talking Russia and Ukraine. So ultimately, what will be the solution? A broad guess. You see,
Yes,
we can't be Nostradamus, but based on the way
so
things are going on.
so it is very clear. It is very clear. As you said, as of today, it's a stalemate situation with the current force levels.
Yeah.
I'll just put it this way,
Yeah.
Russia is not showing its hand, full hand. Ukraine is hell bent on driving a wedge into the defenses, but that is not happening. Let's accept it, and I think the world has also accepted it कि ये नहीं होने वाला. तो अभी अभी क्या है कि अभी विंटर, अभी पहले तो अभी बारिशें आने वाली हैं. वहां पे it starts raining towards the end of August. So once the rains come in, the ground is not very suitable for any operation. Thereafter, you will have snow. So the ground will again become, impossible. It will become a no-go area. So it will kind of freeze on the current lines. So these small tidbits, small actions will continue, but no major action is coming forth. Hence, this war is going to spill over to the next year. And it will spill over to the next year to an extent that we really do not know as to what is going to be the outcome in this winter time. However, peacetime efforts are being made peace efforts are being made by many countries. Okay, let's have peace.